Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of MariaDB. In this episode, we are going to understand how to install MariaDB on a Windows computer. So let us begin. Let us go to the homepage of MariaDB project, MariaDB, okay? And it is going to show us the output where the very first result is the MariaDB homepage. Now we can directly go to the download section, and here we will find the option for MariaDB server. So we are going to choose, actually we are not going to choose, it will automatically show us the latest version of MariaDB server 10.6.5. I mean, as of the recording of this episode, the latest version is 10.6.5. So in the future, they will keep on rolling out the newer versions, but the installation procedure is going to largely remain the same. It automatically detects the operating system and the architecture, and we should always go for MSI package when it comes to Windows. And if I click download, it will launch the download process, and it is only 62 MB. So depending on the speed of your internet, it is going to download it in a few seconds. So I have got pretty fast internet connection. That is why it is going to download it in a couple of minutes. So now once we click that download, it asks us for creating the MariaDB ID. If you want to do it, you can do it. And I'm actually going to skip this step of creating the MariaDB ID because it is not absolutely essential to have a MariaDB ID in order to work with free MariaDB. So this MariaDB is the free software, free and open source. It is a cousin project or sibling project of MySQL. Basically, when MySQL was acquired by Oracle, so many of the heads of programming there, they left and they founded another project that is known as MariaDB. So you can replace MySQL with MariaDB if you want, and you can do the vice versa. You can also replace MariaDB with MySQL. And in most of the cases, these are drop-in replacements of each other. So our download is done. I'm going to click it. Probably we are going to need the admin privileges in order to run this installation file. Let us see what happens. I will let you know if it requires admin privileges. Okay. So next, and I accept next, and C colon program files MariaDB 10.6. Okay, seems cool. So the password for root, I'm going to keep it same. And I'm also going to enable the root login for remote machines. And I'm also going to check this option, which is going to use UTF-8 as default server's character set. So the password is going to be test123 in order to maintain the compatibility with our earlier scripts. So earlier I attempted to connect to MySQL from Python. So there the password was test123. So I want to reuse the same code with minimal changes. Okay. So service name is going to be MariaDB 01. Okay. And TCP port is 3306. Should I keep it 3306? I think that the default port for MySQL, let us check, because I already have port for MySQL. I have already installed MySQL on this computer. Okay, so port 3306 is busy with MySQL. So I don't want to have any sort of conflict in that case. So I'm going to say 3307. Okay, so our MySQL server process name is MySQL 01, and here for MariaDB, it is going to be MariaDB 01. And let's click next. So I hope that you have understood why I have kept it 3307. I have kept it 3307 because 3306, which is the default port for MySQL, is already occupied with a MySQL process. So I'm going to say next, and let's click install. And it is installing the required files. So it is going to take quite a while. So the installation of MariaDB is complete on this Windows system, And it actually took some time. That is why I skipped the part where it installed and finished the installation. So the sign of successful installation is that you will find this Heidi SQL client on your desktop. This is a shortcut. If you double click it, it is going to open the Heidi SQL client. So this Heidi SQL client is just another client like MySQL Workbench. So for example, I will also open MySQL Workbench. MySQL Workbench. Okay, so I will let it open. Now here we can configure our connection, and this is the host name, this is the local host, and I will say prompt for credentials. And if you remember, the port number was 3307 for the installation. And I will say that MariaDB process, MariaDB connection. So there must be some way to save the name of the connection. So here I can say rename, and I can say MariaDB 01 local root. So this is the instance name and the machine name and the name of the user. So I will now attempt to connect to it. I will first save this and let us say open, and it should open the Heidi SQL client. So here we can see the list of databases, and let us see how to run the queries here. Okay, so here we have the query tab. I can just say show. First of all, I will increase the size of this stuff, and I will say, can I increase it more? Yes. Show databases. And if I execute this, it should actually show us the output here in this tab. Okay. And as of now, I don't have anything installed here. So we can just use it just as MySQL Workbench. Okay. The only thing is that MySQL Workbench doesn't seem to have the donate button, and it seems that the MariaDB project desperately needs funds. That is why they have designed this donate button right within the tool. We can also create a new connection for our MySQL. Okay. So let us create a new connection for our MySQL instance, root and test123. Okay, so here it seems that we can make connection to a lot of various types of database servers using this session manager of Heidi SQL. Okay, so here I'm going to rename this, and I will say MySQL 01 local underscore root, and I will just save it. Save, and I will just say open. Okay, now it has opened the MySQL, and we can understand that it is MySQL because we had created fkdemo in that. We had also loaded this MySQL local instance with employees as well as Sakila schemas. So if I execute this query again on this, it is actually showing me the list of all the databases available. So if I just say use Sakila, and if I execute this, and if I say show tables, okay, so it is not showing actually tables because there must be some problem. I don't know. We can check. We can say that select star from country. we can select data from any table like this. So I'm not actually able to see the result. So probably it actually requires, okay, so the result is here. Okay. So I think that if I say show tables, then it is going to show us the result in some other tab. So can we close this tab? Okay. So if I say show tables, okay, so here we have the table list. So I was not actually able to see it earlier because I'm not actually very much familiar with this Heidi SQL. Okay. So to be very frank about it, I was not really very familiar with that. And I'm also learning a lot of things by recording this session. So here we have the output of show tables. It apparently creates a new tab for the output of each new query. So select star from country. And here we have the output of that particular query. We have country code, country, and last update. So this is how we can use Heidi SQL to connect to MySQL or MariaDB. And we can even connect to a MariaDB instance from the MySQL workbench. Okay, so it is asking us to save the contents. I'm going to say no. So this is how we can install MariaDB on a Windows computer, and we can connect to MariaDB with Heidi SQL. So MySQL Workbench is also capable of connecting to MariaDB. So I want you to try to connect to MariaDB with MySQL Workbench as an exercise. So I hope that you have understood everything that I have explained in this episode. Thanks a lot for watching this episode, and I will see you next time.